Welcome to this week's Tip Tuesday. So this week we're going to talk about or continue talking about bloating. You don't have to just live with this uncomfortable bloating. So today I want to chat with you about the foods that you may want to consider to avoid if you are experiencing bloating. And you know it's very uncomfortable, right? So if we're meeting for the very first time, I'm Dr. Wanda, and I specialize in helping women over the age of 40 with metabolic and autoimmune conditions better their health at the cellular level. And I do this by helping you reduce your painful inflammation and gut discomfort, reduce toxins at the cellular level in as little as 30 days. So are you ready to get started in learning about a few foods that may help your bloating? So bloating treatment typically begins with changing your diet. Limiting foods that trigger bloating is very essential. Now, certain foods that contain high amounts of non or poorly digestible compounds that can lead to increased gas and bloating. So you have to know what those foods are. It might not be for everyone, but here are some. Avoid these foods could be the key to help you reduce frequent bloating, but you need to have your functional screening, so contact me for that. But here's some foods you may want to consider swapping out that can help reduce some bloating, which are beans and lentils. You may want to try to swap these for some grains, meats, or quinoa. If you're going to eat beans, what you might want to try to do is soak them or choosing easier to digest varieties such as pinto or black beans. The other thing is carbonated drinks. Now, instead of choosing flat water or herbal teas to avoid gas, okay, instead you want to choose flat water or herbal teas instead of the carbonated drinks. Then you have wheat. Now, wheat can be very tricky to avoid, but you can incorporate several gluten-free alternatives into your diet, such as pure oats, quinoa, buckwheat, almond flour, and coconut flour. Again, you need to have a screening to be specific what's for your body type. Broccoli and cruciferous vegetables like cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, while they are nutritious, these can also be a trigger for bloating for some people. So instead, you might want to consume more spinach, sweet potatoes, water-based vegetables like cucumbers. The next thing is onions and garlic. To avoid excess gas, add flavor to your food with fresh herbs or green parts of the scallions and some chives. Another thing you might want to avoid is dairy. You have heard this. If you're bloating, it's because you have a lactose intolerance. Then you might want to swap that out for some lactose-free products such as coconut or almond or cashew milk. Then we got sugar alcohols, which like your xylitol, sorbitol, mannitol. These are heavily associated with excess gas. So you might want to swap these sweeteners out for something that's easier to digest like your stevia or your monk fruit or even honey. You want to avoid salty foods as all possible because high sodium intake can also be found to lead to retention and the gut bloat. So when you're retaining water, your gut's going to bloat, okay? Fatty foods decrease that because high amounts of fats in the intestines also can retain gas, and that can lead to bloating as well. This is why you may feel bloated and uncomfortable after eating a fatty meal, or you can have a gallbladder or a liver blockage. And these things include like your fried foods, fast foods, chips, chocolates, and pastries. If bloating is more than a rare occurrence for you, then you need to get the proper GI testing or screening as necessary because a common symptom of bloating could be a larger issue in your intestines, such as, again, leaky gut, SIBO, IBS, IBD, and some parasites. So you may want to have a functional stool screening, and that can determine what's really going on. And that's one of the services I offer, and we can help formulate a proper treatment plan for you. Regular bloating is not normal. Along with dietary changes, getting the proper assessment and making lifestyle changes can help stop bloating, for good or reduce it. If you need some guidance, I can help you. Schedule your Get Well Discovery consultation with me, and I look forward to speaking with you. And stay tuned for the next video because I'm going to give you more tips and ways that you can prevent bloating. And just remember, procrastination never met a goal. I will see you next time. Bye for now.